We've long been fascinated with the creatures of the past. It's hard to imagine that our planet was once inhabited by giant predators such as the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Megalodon, but fossil evidence has shown us that these behemoths once ruled the world. Megalodon could easily reach lengths of up to 60 feet, and had a bite force more powerful than that of Tyrannosaurus Rex. Scientists have said that the giant Megalodon is no more, and some of the explanations given for its extinction is that of competition from smaller sharks, namely the great white, geological changes, and their prey, which mostly consisted of large whales moving to colder waters. Megalodon's true size has long been debated by researchers, and it was estimated that it grew between 50 and 60 feet in length. However, 2021 studies have suggested that it was likely larger, with new estimates putting the shark at 65 feet in length. This massive size would have meant that the Megalodon would have been the ultimate ruler of the oceans, taking down pretty much everything that it came into contact with. Though many would remark that the size of the Megalodon made it an incredible predator that helped to allow the creature to dominate the oceans during its reign, the truth is that the creature's large stature actually proved to be more of a hindrance in nature than an actual benefit. In order to support its massive body weight and muscle growth, the body of the Megalodon had a tremendous metabolism that only caused the creature to require massive amounts of food and resources constantly available in its environment in order not to starve. This calorie requirement would have forced the Megalodon to eat more than 2,500 pounds of meat a day, and this was just to survive, making it very likely that the giant shark would starve if it found itself in an area void of large abundances of natural prey. Given the fact that the diet of the massive shark was made up of mostly turtles and seals, the Megalodon would have been forced to be in a constant state of predation just to meet its daily calorie requirements, even going as far as possibly eating its own young in times of stress, and engaging in risky behaviours just to locate a possible food source that would most likely deplete in a short matter of time. Scientists have said that the Megalodon is long extinct, and that our oceans today cannot support such a large creature, saying that they haven't seen any evidence that would suggest that the massive shark somehow survived into the modern day. This hasn't stopped people from coming forward with eyewitness encounters and photographs, claiming that not only is there a giant shark roaming around in our oceans, but that it could very well be the Megalodon, or a shark that evolved from it. A recent photograph was posted to an online group that investigates cryptid sightings and encounters, with the man saying that the photograph was taken in Mexico's Baja California. The man, who'd clearly translated the post, went on to detail that the photograph came courtesy of a fisherman, and that they wanted to get people's opinion on what it was, saying that the creature was large, easily over 30 feet in length, and matched descriptions of a large dark-coloured shark that had been seen in the area. The sea surrounding this area is filled with great white sharks, and it's known to be a famous hunting ground for them. But interestingly, many fishermen and boaters have reported that when these larger sharks turn up, pretty much instantly all of the great white sharks swim away, indicating that this is some type of super predator that swims throughout the region, possibly using it as some type of hunting ground. The reason people have said this is because the same thing happens when great white sharks encounter orcas, which has led to some researchers saying that the great whites will actively avoid orcas whenever they're near. There's some cryptid researchers that suggest the Megalodon still exists, and that it moved to deeper waters. But another suggestion by locals of the region is that this shark could be the black demon shark, a shark that's been reported by locals and fishermen for the past couple of decades. Though many researchers are well aware of the existence of many types of different shark and animal species throughout the area, there's one that's remained a mystery. Many believe that it would have been fairly impossible for the Megalodon shark species to survive, especially after major extinction events, and the changes in the pH levels of the oceans, arguing that no shark could ever reach such a monstrous size again. This claim seems to be in jeopardy, however, as reports of a massive black shark has been spotted off the shores of Mexico's Baja California Peninsula. These reports and sightings have been made by a number of fishermen across the Mexican coast that claim to see a massive black shark roughly 60 feet in length, resembling the build of a great white shark, but with that of a dark coloration across its body and a massively sized tail. Given the fact that many of these reports fit many of the modern day recreations using Megalodon skeletons, as well as their average tail size, it's led many to believe that it could be a possible hunting ground for the creature. Additionally, many of the fishermen that have reported the sighting have been veterans in the field, never having once claimed such sightings in the past, and having enough experience with different species of whales throughout the region. Fishermen have long debated the true size of a great white shark, with some experts saying that the great white can reach up to 30 feet in length, with unconfirmed reports saying that they grow even bigger than this. Some have also said that due to food sources being hard to come by throughout this region, this could be why the black demon shark is only sighted a few times throughout the year, saying that once it's filled up it then moves on to another location, only to return a few months later to repeat the process. Scientists have said this would have been something that the Megalodon would have struggled with. Given the creature's massive size, and its constant need for an adequate amount of calories just to survive, this led the Megalodon to ultimately become a species that suffered from a high rate of competition with both neighbouring species and its own kind. Though many times in the animal kingdom, having a much larger physique allows certain evolutionary advantages when it comes in the realm of competition, other times it can lead to a much higher resource scarcity for the species. The Megalodon, due to its large size, was capable of eating a wider range of foods that included schools of fish, turtles, seals, and every now and then a lone whale. Due to its food supply being made up of different marine animals, the Megalodon was constantly competing with those animals' natural predators. This also meant that their finely tuned ecosystem could only support a lower population density of the Megalodon, due to its constant competition with members of its own species. This translates into not only the Megalodon being a mostly solitary marine animal, but a tremendously high risk in not finding a mate given their incredibly low population numbers. This translates into a much higher risk of inbreeding within the species, when there's a lack of variation in the potential mates that will begin to manifest recessive genetic traits and birth defects in their offspring. Deep within the waters of our world seems to be a number of impossible to explain artifacts and creatures that have continued to baffle scientists. More than 80% of the ocean has never been mapped or explored, and this has led people to suggest that large creatures could be lurking within the depths and could be behind some of the mysterious encounters that people detail. Scientists have said that we've mapped more of the Moon and Mars surface than our very own oceans, so until we've further explored these regions, we can't say for sure that they're just stories. So what do you make of this interesting photograph? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.